everyone, today we are going to discuss human resource accounting, one important topic. And before moving human resource accounting, let's discuss what is financial accounting. See, this definition: accounting is the process of recording financial transactions relating to a business. So it's a systematic process of recording and summarizing financial data. When we say recording of financial transaction, what do you mean by this financial transaction? It means transactions which are of financial in nature. Say for example, purchase of plant of rupees 5 lakh. Its monetary value is rupees 5 lakh. Therefore, this transaction is of financial character and can easily be recorded in the books of accounts. Not only recording, accounting process includes recording, then classifying, summarizing, interpreting and reporting these transactions to various stakeholders. Here classification means that is similar nature of transactions are recorded in one place. For example, purchase related transactions are recorded in one place and sales related transactions are recorded in one place. That is called ledger. We already know journal is used for recording the financial transaction and ledger is used for classification of accounts. Okay. Then comes summarize. That is, recorded and classified transactions have to be summarized in a systematic manner because we need to convert these transactions into financial statements. Therefore, summarizing involves presenting the classified data in an understandable and useful form to the internal and external users. Actually, the preparation of trial balance, income statement and balance sheet is the result of this process. And then we have to communicate the results to various stakeholders. Who are the stakeholders? There may be internal as well as external stakeholders. For example, employees, shareholders, government, suppliers, financial institutions, regulatory bodies, all are stakeholders. What do you mean by interpretation of financial statements? Actually, preparation of financial statement based on trial balance, right? So by analyzing and interpreting a financial statement, we can understand the profit trend. Its organization is able to make profit in consecutive years. Similarly, is there any loss? If loss happen, we have to identify the reasons. Is there any volatility or fluctuation? So by looking at the financial statements or by interpreting the financial statements, we can understand the trend of financial performance of an organization or business. By looking at this definition, we can clearly understand what's the meaning of accounting. Now, what is human resource accounting? Okay, before that, what is human resource? It is a set of people who make up the workforce of an organization. That is, the people who work for a company or organization and represents one of the most valuable resources in any business or organization. So HR focuses on people, that is the human capital. So it involves accounting for expenditure related to human asset in an organization. In other words, we can say it is the process of identifying investments made by the organization in the HR assets. See, when we talk about software industries, banking, management consultancy, the success of these business services to a greater extent depends on the abilities, efficiencies and power of those people who actually run the business. So, employees are the most valuable resource. Under conventional accounting or traditional accounting, there is no information is made available about human resources employed in an organization. And the value of human resource is not measured and reflected in the accounts of business enterprises. So human resource accounting means to measure the cost and value of human resource in the organization. It measures the cost incurred to recruit, hire, train and develop employees and managers. Whereas in conventional accounting, what happens is it is just tracking and reporting the financial aspects of business. Got the point? Therefore, under human resource accounting, there are two approaches, that is, invest in human resource and value of human resource. Under invest in human resource, expenses incurred on creating, increasing and updating HR is involved. Value of HR means it is the yield generated in the form of higher productivity, higher incentive, or higher profit in the organization. Because the productivity and profitability of a firm, it largely depends on the contribution of human assets. Suppose two firms having identical physical assets, they also operating in the same market, but they may have different returns due to difference in human asset. So here it is important to consider the value of human assets. If it is ignored, the total valuation of the firm becomes difficult. So we can say, like financial and physical resources, human resource also provide benefits to the organization. You know what is the accounting definition of asset? It involves a right to receive economic benefits in future. So a sincere, intelligent, knowledgeable and committed human resource, definitely they become valuable asset to business. Therefore, it is possible to identify and measure human resource cost and benefits within an organization, which ultimately helps in planning, controlling, evaluating and predicting organizational performance. Now, what do you mean by cost of HR? There are basically four components: acquisition cost, training and development cost, welfare cost and other cost. Let's talk about the first type of cost, that is acquisition cost. Acquisition cost involves recruiters cost, selection cost. Recruiters cost means what? It involves advertisement cost, recruiters salary and travel, administrative expenses like. And selection cost involves cost of conducting test and interview, medical test, placement cost, etc. What about training and development cost? It involves formal training cost, on the job training cost, special training cost and development programs. Formal training cost, that is the conventional training for orientation of an individual. And what do you mean by on the job training cost? That is, once the employee is placed on the job, he must be trained to do the job efficiently and effectively. And there will be special training cost and development programs also. Development programs include usually it may be in the form of ordinary lectures, and sometimes there may be international conferences. So these all includes training and development cost. And next is welfare cost. This cost will incur for providing an atmosphere to the employee to perform their work in a healthy environment. Welfare amenities can be within the organization and outside the organization. What are the welfare amenities within the organization? It may be canteen facilities, washing facilities, drinking water, occupational safety, all comes. And what about welfare amenities outside the organization? It includes medical facilities, educational facilities, maternity benefits and social insurance measures, etc. And finally, other cost. That is about Factory Act 1948. This act has made some statutory provisions with regard to employees' health, safety and welfare. Like with regard to health of the workers, ventilation and temperature, lighting, cleanliness. And with regard to safety of workers, there must be precautions against danger fumes. And with regard to welfare of workers, there should be welfare officers and first aid appliances, etc. Alright, we have seen the cost of human resource. Now we will move on to the methods of valuation of human resource. Methods of valuation of human resource bifurcated into two, that is methods based on cost and methods based on value. These are the four approaches. That is, first one, historical cost method, then replacement cost method, then opportunity cost method and standard cost method. And methods based on value includes present value future earning model, reward valuation model, net benefit model, certainty equivalent net benefit model and aggregate payment approach. Under methods based on cost, there are four approaches. I am going to give only a brief explanation about these approaches. First one is historical cost method. Under this method, actual cost incurred for recruiting, hiring, training and developing the human resource of an organization are capitalized, and then the capitalized amount is amortized over the expected useful life of the human resource. That is, this method is on the basis of actual cost incurred on human resource. So here a proper record of the expenditure incurred on selection, training and developing the human asset is maintained, and a portion of it is written off against the incomes of the next few years, and during that time the human resource is expected to provide service to the organization. So under this method, human resource is treated just like any other physical asset. Next method is replacement cost method. It is the cost to be incurred on replacing the existing human resources of a firm. So under this approach, the cost of recruiting, selecting, training and developing new employees to reach the level of competence of existing employees are measured and accounted. Next is opportunity cost method. Here, value of human resource is based on the economist concept of opportunity cost. What do you mean by opportunity cost? It is the foregone benefit that would have been derived by an option not chosen. That is, it is the value of the alternative use of that resource. For example, if you spend time and money going to a movie, you cannot spend that time at home reading a book, and definitely you can't spend the money on something else. Therefore, opportunity cost is the value of an asset when there is an alternative use for it. Similarly, the value of an employee would be high if he has several alternative uses for employment in the various divisions of an enterprise. According to opportunity cost approach, only scarce employees get a value. That is, here the value of an employee is determined according to his alternative use. That is, if there is offers by other departments for a particular employee, we can say there is an opportunity cost for that particular employee. Okay. At the same time, if an employee has no alternative use, no value will be placed on him. Okay. Next is standard cost approach. Here a standard cost is used. That is, standard cost of recruiting, hiring, training and developing per grade of employees are determined year after year. Then the standard cost so arrived for all human beings in the organization would be the value of human resource for accounting purpose. So far we have discussed all the 4 methods coming under the cost methods, and on the basis of present value approach there are again 5 methods. That is, present value future earning model, secondly reward valuation model, third one net benefit model, and fourthly certainty equivalent net benefit model, and fifth one aggregate payment approach. These 5 methods we can discuss in another video. So in this video we have seen the meaning of human resource accounting, the cost of human resource accounting, and the methods used for valuation of human resource. There are 2 approaches, on the basis of cost and on the basis of value. And I have already explained the important and most commonly used methods. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.